Good evening YouTube. This is a very exciting video for me, so stay tuned. We are going to go and explore UNVRS. UNVRS is one of the most talked about clubs in the world. I'm here in the coach car park. If you do buy a ticket for UNVRS this summer, you're entitled to a bus with your ticket, and then you will have to book one online on the way back. You can also get the disco bus direct to this car park, which is just outside the club, and the disco bus you have to pay your own way each way. And of course, if you're going to get a taxi or an Uber, then this is where you go. So we're going to make our way to the club now and see what it's all about. How crazy was that? That was a glimpse of Fisher on a Thursday. I've been to UNVRS now 7 times, 7 different shows and 7 different productions. It almost feels like it's a different club every single time I have been there. Fisher plays on a Thursday and you can see the atmosphere was just electric. The beautiful thing about this club is it has multiple different areas. Obviously it's got the Wild Comet, and we'll touch on them all in this vlog, because I did shoot around the club to kind of give you a little bit of a tour. But as you can imagine, in a busy nightclub, it's very hard to make a sort of tour vlog, you know, with the noise and being in each individual garden. But it was spectacular. Now this club is probably the biggest, if not one of the biggest clubs in the world. You know, it has kept the dome. The dome is something that was iconic, and they have done a complete new refurb, a brand new club, but the iconic dome remains. Now it's quite like a bit of a chill out area. You can go and grab a drink with your friends, and I would actually, if you're going to the club, use it as a meeting point. As I mentioned, I have been at the club now 7 different nights, 7 different shows, 7 different productions, and what I found fascinating, it took me about 7 attempts to see the whole club, because I was finding something new every time I went. One of the cool things about the club was this area called the bunker. You had to go down these stairs and into what was a very intimate little club. There was a couple of DJs on, and yeah, the vibes in there were insane. The other thing that really blew my mind, and I'm definitely going back, was the restaurant. They had a food court inside the club that served lovely burgers. I had to try one of the burgers, and yeah, I'm not being biased, it was one of the best I've had. It was a strange scenario being in a club eating a burger. I don't know if you could have brought it on the dance floor. I don't think you're allowed to do that, but maybe next time I'll try. But no, it was it was an experience. And then you had multiple different gardens where everyone was, you know, congregating, chatting, having a smoke, or obviously having a drink. You had also the signature sort of shop where you could buy a lot of the merchandise. UNVRS has done a collaboration with Off-White, so if anyone's into fashion, that's quite a big thing. I didn't buy anything in the gift shop, but yeah, just in general, it was a real eye-opener. You know, this club is running 7 nights a week. A lot of people said they probably wouldn't do 7 nights a week, but I've been there on the 7 nights, and 7 nights have just been wow. From Mondays with Prydz to Tuesdays with Anyma, Paradise with Jamie Jones on a Wednesday, Thursday Fisher coming down out of the roof is something you need to see. And then obviously it moves on to David Guetta, huge night on a Friday. Saturday, Elrow, out of this world. My jaw was on the ground at Elrow. So much going on, so much acrobats and things in the air. And like I said, and then obviously we moved on to Sunday. Sunday was probably one of my favourite events, and it was, of course, Carl Cox. Carl Cox back in Ibiza, playing on a Sunday at UNVRS. It was pretty epic, but I can't fault it. I think, you know, a lot of people want honest opinions, and I'm giving you an honest review. It was just, yeah, it is literally mind-blowing what they have done to that space, and you know, it's been a crazy summer so far, and I can only wish them the success for the next 2 months. Will I be back? Of course I'll be back. Hopefully I can do some more content. I'm trying to think if I missed something out. I know I've probably missed something out, because every time I've been in the club I've missed something. How could I forget the Wild Comet? I nearly walked away and finished this vlog without mentioning the Wild Comet. Now, what's the Wild Comet? The Wild Comet is another club within the club, which is the Toilets, and we had on Thursday Jason Bay playing there with Majestic, and yeah, it's crazy, and it's completely different every other event because the vibe's different, the music's different. But yeah, it was really busy in there when we went in, and my honest advice, if you are coming to Ibiza, go and see UNVRS for yourself. You can only judge by being there, you know. A lot of people are on my videos on Instagram and making, you know, their mind up before they've even went there. I know a lot of people have a bit of, oh, there's too many phones, but generally whenever you see phones in the club, it's usually when there's a switchover of a DJ, the phones go down, or there's like a #1 hit being played, then everyone takes their phone out. But honestly, I don't think it's a big problem, and I think if you're gonna make assumptions, like, go and see it for yourself. It's so impressive actually when I think about it. And that's seven different times I've been there, and it's just felt different every time, and I think that's what's pretty unique about it. And being able to have that sort of space in between the club, going outside into either garden, you know, they have the Moon Garden, they have the bars. It's very easy to get a drink, plenty of space to dance. I can't fault it. And you know, you've got 2 months left, 8 or 9 weeks, and go and see it for yourself. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my comeback to YouTube. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I've been just getting the momentum back, and you know, I thought I would do my honest opinion, and I wanted to do an opinion after experiencing the club, because I went to the opening party and I was like, can we just make a review on one event? Let's get all the events out of the way, and then we can make a review. And yeah, I can't fault it. So guys, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in Ibiza soon. It's been great meeting so many of you over the last couple of weeks, walking around town. That is my review of UNVRS Ibiza. And as always, I'll be back shortly.